is in his 20th season as the head coach. As the Nets are going through all these changes, they have big decisions to make. They are taking on the team that has had the most stability in the NBA over a long period of time. Jump shot doesn't go for Ellington. If there's a team that you want to try to mirror, a franchise, it's what the San Antonio Spurs have done.
And every team in the NBA
is trying to do that. Lopez misses from the outside. Here comes San Antonio. Parker takes the opening and loses it. Ellington comes away with it. Nets up the floor in a hurry. Young cannot retrieve it. Leonard whips it ahead. Green heads up play to Aldridge. The drive and the deuce. Patty Mills is in the game. Manu Ginobili in. Boris Diaw in. As Leonard and Aldridge remain on the floor for the Spurs. It's 14-12 San Antonio. Ginobili gives it up. Leonard lines it up. Off the rim, it's rebounded by Young.
You talk about Tony Brown and those stops. His playing career was similar to that. If you think about...
Rookie, though, do you?
No, well, you don't.
It's like a lanky lefty.
But there's no cagey six-year players either. You got to get at least 12 years in, 11 years in to be cagey.
The steal for Ginobili. Leonard puts it on the floor. The strength of Leonard. Can't get it to drop. Aldridge couldn't grab it. Young does.
That's a good point. You know, no righties are crafty. No. Lefties are crafty.
Young turns it over, claiming the ball was tipped. And it's a backcourt violation against Brooklyn. Was this ball tipped, Donnie?
I don't know. It wasn't definitive there on that angle.
So that's 5 turnovers now for Brooklyn. Shane Larkin is in for the Nets. 16-12 San Antonio. Ginobili using the screen. Aldridge rolls. Ball movement. Patty Mills on a kick for Leonard. Foul called on a reach-in by Bogdanovich.
There are a number of things that makes this San Antonio Spurs team very tough. Now, one, it's they run their stuff. Guys will have open shots, and they will try to find the next best shot or a better shot than they have. And then you piece that together with guys who can go get their own buckets. Kawhi Leonard, that being one of the guys, Manu Ginobili as well. It's an amazing balance that a lot of NBA teams don't have.
Billy King reassigned yesterday as the Nets made some major moves, front office and coaching. Mills on the drive. Leonard sets the feet. Can't hit the deep one. And it's rebounded by Young.
Love the closeouts. Love the activity, the action the Nets are showing right now.
Larkin gives it up. Bogdanovich fakes out Ginobili. Reed leans in. And it comes off.
Team like the Spurs, you know that they're a terrific defensive team. But you have to test them. It's just like playing against a shot blocker. You got to go up and try to dunk the ball or finish strong against them. Respect them, but don't be afraid of them.
Leonard with no fear. Kawhi Leonard roaming baseline.
Tough matchup for Bogey. Trying to stay on your feet. I would say you try to contest Kawhi late, but that's easy for me to say sitting over here. I don't have to stand in front of him and try to stop him.
10-second difference, shot clock, the game clock winding down in this first quarter.
Against Orlando, he grabs guys when he has them on his hip. And just take a look at the left hand is what they call, he's grabbing the shorts. I mean, this is a bad habit that Brook Lopez has. You know, you have position, give him a target, use your wide body to post him up. You don't need to grab.
Leonard knew he missed it. He followed the angle on the rebound. Takes it to the rim. Kawhi Leonard on a rack attack.
Tough matchup for Larkin. He was waiting for someone to come. Again, Brook Lopez, you know, not to pick on him, but in no man's land, you got to go and help your guard out.
It's a 7-point lead for the Spurs. Lopez, tough shot, comes up short. San Antonio back up to 50% shooting. And an offensive foul on Leonard. The 2014 NBA Finals MVP disagrees with the call from Benny Adams.
Yeah, but the previous play was pretty darn good. Late help comes and the strong finish by Kawhi. Having a legendary season, by the way, I am.
Lopez Left hand follow. Now 14 in 11 minutes.
And maybe a little winded. His misses, he's playing well, but his misses have been bad misses. Falling away, not strong.
Up top, Tim Duncan on a special delivery to Kawhi Leonard, who brings out the hammer. 35-28. Repost for Duncan. Over Lopez. That shot doesn't go. And a loose ball foul. It's staying right here on Bargnani.
Now what makes them special is knowing where each other are. When you play together a long time, that's what happens. But also, it's all about business for the Spurs. No celebrating, just business.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center court and join us in saluting Staff Sergeant.
I went out to dinner with Greg Popovich, and he basically said, hey, if you come, great. If you don't, we'll still win. But they laid out how he would fit in. Sloan's jump shot is off. That was a screwball.
Yeah, bad shot. You don't need that. Donald Sloan has done a good job this season of being a facilitator first, and then when he softens up the defense a little bit, then he knocks down an open shot. But to go out there and try to force it this quickly, that's really not the ingredient for success.
Sloan coming off a 15-point, 10-assist performance in the loss to Detroit. Floater. Tony Parker, six-time All-Star. That high-speed pace, playmaker. Ellington's jump shot is off. Tracked down by Leonard. San Antonio can bring the lead to double figures here. We have just over 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Spurs shooting 54% in the quarter. Aldridge is just a tough cover one-on-one.
And Thad couldn't square him up. Tried to take one in the chest, and LA just slipped right off of it.
Young, his jumper doesn't go. Aldridge has actually gotten more physical through the years as well. He's added muscle, and I think he's expanded his game because of it. His mid-range game has always been excellent. Joe Johnson digging for the ball. Leonard comes away with it. Spurs have made their last 5 shots. Leonard whipping around the perimeter. Parker drives short. Rebound tapped over to Lopez. Thomas Robinson is getting ready to check in. Next whistle. Johnson lines it up. Bottom. That's a 3 for Joe Johnson.
And that's Donald Sloan's job right there, especially if you have Joe and Thad and Brooke on the floor. You're a starter because you're a facilitator. You can get into the paint. Get other guys going first.
Just 2
passes. Everyone on the floor has a chance to get it. You throw it high, you know, Brooke and maybe 2 other guys on the floor have a chance to get that ball.
That's 10 first-half turnovers for Brooklyn. We are under a minute to go now. Second quarter, Leonard. Too strong on the jump shot, but he's right there for the offensive board. Leonard loses his footing. It's a tie-up. Robinson got his hands on it. Lopez there defensively as well for Brooklyn. 49.7 on the clock. So Tony Brown has played 11 of 12 guys in this first half. Out of bounds. The Spurs will have it. 21 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Sergei Karasev, the only available net, yet to see the floor. Ginobili gets it in for Parker. Defended by Larkin. 9-point lead for the Spurs. 4 of 4, 10 points for Johnson. The Nets trail by 4. 9:22 to go in the third.
Joe looks alert, fresh, playing 14, 15 minutes in that first half. I always thought 35 minutes for him was just too much. 15 years in the league. You know, using a guy like that much, it just wears him down. Tony Brown's done a great job already. Now, everything's a sample size, small sample size for Tony Brown. And as much as you don't want to compare to the predecessor, it's going to happen. It's really going to be examined in the numbers.
First free throw attempt for the Spurs. It's on a defensive 3-second call against Brooklyn. Leonard hits the free throw 88% on the season. Leonard isolation against Joe Johnson. Leonard is tripped on the pass. Johnson picks it up. That's his first.
I thought he missed. I thought he went for the swipe, and Kawhi Leonard was looking for the body and didn't get it as Joe went for the steal.
Spurs have it on the side. Parker, the trigger man, 14 to shoot. Sloan works under the screen. Parker sets it up for Aldridge. Sloan comes on the double team. Green.
Everyone has an opportunity right now under Tony Brown. You get in there, do something positive, you never know.
Leonard drives in on Johnson, spins. Can't finish with a left hand. Lopez battling for it. And the Nets are running. Sloan down the middle. Leaves it for Lopez. Steps in for the J. Short. And it's rebounded by Leonard. Parker picked up by Karasev. 6:42 to play in the third. Leonard in a matchup with Sloan. Too easy and rims in.
Not a lot of weaknesses for that kid. Mid-range game. Shoots at almost 50% from three.
Tony Brown will take a timeout. We'll step aside with 6:28 to play. Third quarter in Brooklyn. It's an 11-point lead for San Antonio.
It's like Coach Fratello with the restaurants.
In every city.
In every city. I got the donuts going for me.
Legendary donuts.
Write it down.
Tell him I know Donnie Marshall. High-low action. Leonard. Tough angle. He draws the foul. Joe Johnson trying to defend him. Lopez rotated over to help. Johnson picks it up. It's a 10-point advantage for San Antonio. Kawhi Leonard back to the free throw line. See the Brooklyn Nets live at Barclays Center on Friday, January 15th. They take on the Portland Trail Blazers. It's 90s Nickelodeon night. Don't miss it. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to brooklynnets.com to purchase your tickets tonight. February 23rd.
Nice.
You and I will be in Portland. And we'll be going to Legendary Donuts.
And then
February 23rd.
Nice.
You and I will be in Portland. And we'll be going to Legendary Donuts.
And then Blue Star Donuts as well.
Bogdanovich. This is from the outside. Robinson got a hand on it. And San Antonio now up by 12. Spin move. Leonard to the hoop. Floater, no. Rebound, Aldridge. That won't go. Lodged loose by Lopez, but Simmons has got the board for San Antonio. They've out-rebounded the Nets 29-20. Karasev trying to defend Leonard. Karasev helps out. Lopez grabs it. Larkin on the push. Lobs it. Oh, Robinson, acrobatic. He's now for Brook Lopez. LaMarcus Aldridge getting ready to check in. Kyle Anderson gives it up. Diaw one-on-one with Young. Leonard launches a three. Wide open look for Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs are not shooting a high percentage tonight from three-point territory, 3 of 12, but it's been an issue for Brooklyn allowing wide open looks from downtown this season.
And only
which, if you would read the guidelines,
yeah, the bylaws,
not allowed.
Yep.
Silly man. 84-64. Spurs, Leonard. He's got it. It's a three. And it's beautiful basketball by San Antonio.
That's what those timeouts are for. Popovich understood. Listen, a little 6-0 run. I got to get my guys settled down and finish this thing the right way. Unfortunate for the Nets.
Memphis Bleak, we running this rap. B-Mac, we running this rap. Freeway, we run.
Who was relieved of his duties yesterday. San Antonio opened the second half on a 24-7 run and outscored the Nets 32-18 in the third quarter.
You look at Greg Popovich, and he just keeps bringing guys in. Now, it's not the most spectacular type of basketball, but when you have 13 assists off your bench compared to 9 total for the Nets, That's sending the message to your bench guys that, hey, you matter on Boyan down in that post.
Larkin defended by Anderson, 7'2" wingspan. Robinson to the hoop.
Haven't seen a lot of pick and rolls this season for the Nets when the last few seasons that was kind of their bread and butter from the top. That's a great play right there. Larkin to Robinson.
And a timeout called by Greg Popovich. 6:31 to play. Fourth quarter action in Brooklyn.